Hello and welcome with this beautiful conversation between Carol and Lisa, or Lisa and Carol. So, we are gifted healers and we love to bring information of our own experience, of our own awakening, of our own healing. So it can serve the highest good of everyone. Number one, to bring you information or bring you validation or confirm to you that you're not alone and that this is something that it's part of the healing dynamic, that is part of you learning and growing. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that I haven't seen people talking about. And it is that as you are healing, as you are doing shadow work, as you are learning, evolving, awakening, how this beautiful journey affect your relationship dynamics, not only with yourself, with others, and also romantic. If you watched the last episode, Lisa gave you a sneak peek that she vibrated out of her amazing relationship that she had with a big group that it was really close. So, Lisa, share with us like what it means you vibrated out of your relationship with this beautiful group that you had.
I mean, you stop getting invited. You stop getting the text messages. You don't get the phone calls anymore. But for me, it was literally a friend of mine passed away and nobody told me because I'm not even in their thoughts. And it's okay. It's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just we're not in each other's thoughts anymore. We're not vibrating at the same space. I don't want to say path or level because people take that too seriously and they really do kind of misconstrue things. It's their life is different than mine. But when I didn't get called or notified, at first it was kind of like, oh, wait, like something's wrong. And then it was like, oh, but you didn't think about me until after the fact. And, it was just kind of like, wow. And my instant was, first put up a bound I had to put up a boundary because there was other parts to the story. And then it was like, oh, I just instantly told Carol, I was like, I vibrated out of my core friend group from high school. Like completely. Is that not odd?
But
And it go ahead.
why do you think that those like changes in relationship dynamic happen? I know that it's a vibration thing, right? But why do you think that just it changed, the vibration changed?
There's a lot of us in this group, but so I want to go to one. He's one of my oldest friends on this planet. And we both started making different choices. So mine would be more on the lines of because we very clearly from the pandemic, what he would wanted and what I wanted. It was just it was even when we're in each other's face, it was so clear that we weren't on the same even then. And it was just it's so different now when you feel it, like that part of your relationship ending and you're sitting here going, wow, you know, we truly do not even think the same things, have the same conversations. Uh, I don't drink and I know that has a lot to do with a lot of the invites. Like you've got that one sober friend you know what I mean? And it's the truth. But at the same time, I really do. We look at life differently. I want to experience life differently. I want to feel it. I don't want to numb it. And when you're vocal about it, I mean, and I should have thought it too, because now I'm thinking of another instance. A friend of a group of one of us got married a few years ago, probably about 10. And we were all together, the wedding, the whole week before. It was a big to do. but it was like somebody asked me at one point, like, what's going on? It's like, I'm really happy. Like, I'm really happy with my life to the point where at the end of the conversation, he looked at me and he said, we got it. You got happy. And it was like, wow, I should have noticed it then. It was like I had already started making different changes. I started wanted to live my life differently from a different perspective and a different viewpoint. And I really do think it had a lot to do with it.
I love it. I think like the changes in relationship dynamic happens because of agreement and contracts that we
Oh,
make,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we agree to a frequency or a we agree to be in this kind of box of, well, you are overgiving, so you're always there for me, right? So I benefit from you being so overgiven. For give you an example, right? Or the when you start putting boundaries and it's like, oh, I don't like that boundary, like,
Oh,
you know,
yes. And you can
um
see each time you put up that small little boundary, or because it was a lot of giving and a lot of overgiving. When there was a group of, I mean, you got to think about it. We're a bunch of 80s and 90s kids that were very dysfunctional, that did not have great home lives. So that was my group of friends that I did that with. We raised each other basically. And it's like when you sit back of it and it's like you start putting up boundaries like with a family member. And it's like, oh, I don't like that. That because it doesn't feel good for them.
yes,
And I have to, and that's the other one I really don't like, say, standing in your power. It's like I need to be me and stand in my lane of what I want. And it's different. It really is different when you lose that big of a core group. So
it is. And I agree with you. It's not standing in your power, it's being your authentic self. It's
it's being
being
your
your
authentic
true
self.
self. It,
Yes.
it's being
And
your true self. So now they're like, but who are you?
you,
And where
they
are you
don't, and
coming
it's the
from?
truth. But we've talked about it before. And if anybody's listened to me and Carol talk, we very openly have talked that through stages of our lives that we did not know who we truly were. So they never knew me. They only knew the version of me that I put the mask on, for my isms, and they only knew that person. And when I took those masks off, I wasn't what they thought.
Yep.
And it's okay, because I'm me and I'm, like I said, well, I'm happy with my life. And I know that's really hard for other people to hear, but it's the truth.
It is the truth. But I want to talk about the what, yes, dynamic change. Yes, agreement and contracts shift because the relationship already met those agreement, already met those contract. But I want to talk about the healing that happens when those relationships shift. I want to talk about the grief that comes from those relationships shifting.
They're not that there is a grief. Like I said, this is a different dynamic for me to go through because it wasn't just like a group of friends. It's like we all agreed in a soul contract that if we were all going to meet each other in this lifetime, if we needed this, this, and this, and we provided those things for us, for each other for that critical time. So to me, it's like almost like a family, like losing a family member because in my soul they were at one point. So that is the shift. You physically, they're not there. You pick up the phone and you want to call somebody and you know that they're not going to respond, they're not going to understand. They may entertain you a little bit on the phone, like, oh yeah, great, great, and then their energy when they get off, like, I have absolutely no idea what she is talking about. And they don't want to entertain calls like that. Nobody wants to be on the other end of a conversation that they don't have a clue. So, I mean, I don't blame them, but it is the truth. We come into it and we met each other here, but I'm not there at that frequency that they're at.
Mm-mm.
And I mean, I don't feel it all the time, but at that point when I got that call, it's like, oh, I felt the shift then. It's like, oh wow, we don't. And there's a grief to it. And you do it with family members too, no different. Like if you've gone through a healing journey and maybe your parents haven't, and you start to grieve your parents before they pass because you took off your mask and they didn't like the what they seen. A lot of it might have been a mirroring part of it, but there's family that we do this with. But when we put those masks down and we're done and we want to get curious of who we are and feel confident, it's the thing is, I want to feel good at the end of the day and I want to know who I am.
And I think that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
The From my perspective, the process can be lonely, the process can be super painful, and the grief is really real, especially when the piece of like, yes, they don't resonate with you anymore. That's fine, right? Because you have a different awareness, you have a different perspective. But it's when you connect with someone and you find like, oh, I'm being seen. Oh, yes, this is my person. Yes, this, like, I can be my authentic self with this person and I can talk all the woo woo of the world. And then out of the blue, you get blocked. Or out of the blue, they just fade out. Or out of
Mhm.
the blue, they're not longer in your reality. That is painful.
It's really painful, you know. And even like, God, I'm not. I want to go back to like that part with your own family. Like when you look sometimes at your own family and you kind of go, wow, wow, that like they don't even get it. And then you do, you're like, you sit there and you have that grief that you could be so excited about something or feel it so strongly and you have nobody to share it with. But yes, the woo woo friends, oh my gosh, how many woo woo friends have you lost over the years?
Oh, right now, I will say that the big impact ones will be three of them.
Yeah.
The first one was the most painful one. Especially that it was like sister. Like
Hmm.
I felt she was my sister. And then out of the blue, I'm blocked, right? And I kind of didn't understand that either. And it brought abandonment, right? It brought also ghosting and gaslighting, right? So like wounds that I have. Then the second one, it was painful, but it was a slightly easier. But I still had to go through that grief. I had to go through the process of healing it. And in this one, we had a different point of view. And there was jealousy coming from her towards me. And also she saw me a little bit of competition, which I didn't felt that, right? I'm more on you understand me, you see me, I can have woo-woo conversation with you, right? And there was also a tribe connection in there, right? Because it was so family, so you can feel that connection. And then the last one, it was expected but not unexpected. Does that make sense? Like
Hmm.
I saw kind of the relationship fading, fading, fading. And then out of the blue, it's like, oh, we not longer have this connection anymore.
Mine on the woo side, I had to go through some experiences and it's working with different people on bigger platforms. And like you said, okay, I'm finally seen. I'm working with somebody. They understand me. They get me. And then all of us, and I am so loyal. Like I said, overgiver, so loyal that I think that I even like self-sabotaged a few times, like protecting other people, standing up for other people, saying, no, I truly believe in them. And they're like, oh, I don't want to work with you because you don't see you don't see that you're not vibrating with them and you're moving out of that vibration. You're not noticing the patterns, Lisa, that you're not there. So we're going to move on and you can sit here and wait to see it. And I can, and if you can understand where I'm coming from there, it's true. It's like you get opportunities and you're sitting here going, well, I've been working with this person for so long and I really see all these great, and you don't see the fact that you are separating and everybody around you can. And then you sit there and you go, oh, missed opportunities because I wasn't paying attention. Or I really was trying to hold on to that connection that just wasn't there.
Mm,
And that hurts too.
that
But no, we vibrate. When I always say, man, I vibrated out of a relationship. It's like we just don't see the world the same way. My perspective is different. I continually want to heal and grow, and I want to see the world in a much positive viewpoint.
the if you're navigating this, here's what Carol Soto wants you to know. Number one, don't take it personal.
Never. We
It is,
can't.
and it is not personal. It is all about people are here to teach you, to learn, to grow, to mirror you back so you can see what needs to be healed. When you learn that lesson, when you agree to incomplete that agreement, it's time for them to move on. So some people will be here for a season, some people will be here for a chapter, some people will here for a lesson, and some people will be here for a lifetime. But it's all what agreement, what contracts, learning, growing. What do you think, Lisa, that they should learn from this?
Like if Carol's right, please don't take stuff personally. Like if somebody's really blocking you, number one, we never know what their healing journey, where they're at in their healing journey. Number two, it I've kind of gotten to the point now where it's like I thank them. And I know that like I said, I'm always looking for that silver lining, but it was like you showed something in me that I needed to work on for
Mhm.
me. And thank you.
Mhm.
And if, and sometimes it's to the point I wish you the absolute best. But it is time. And I've had to be on the blocking end. I've had to be the one that, like you got blocked. I've had to recently be the one that had to block. And I'm like, oh, I'm not. You're stepping on boundaries. You continue. We're not vibrating at the same. I'm sorry. I wish you love. Not love and light, just love. Another
There's
conversation
a
another
difference,
day.
right? There is a difference.
Another conversation for another day.
But
But
I love
no.
that you brought that sometimes we are the one who needs to break that relationship,
Yeah.
that we are the one that needs to block. So if you, the listener of this beautiful talk that we're having today, keep seeing, repeat and repeat and repeat the same dynamic on a romantic relationship, the same dynamic with friends, the same dynamic with like different person, be aware.
Be
This is
aware.
the universe telling you you're not learning, you're not
No.
healing, you're not growing.
And it can be jobs too. It doesn't matter. That relationship with yourself and that understanding where you're at completely reflects where we're at with other people. And it doesn't matter if it's our personal relationship or romantic, it could be our jobs. I vibrated out of work.
Me
Like
too.
like we've talked about this. I completely could not, my system just could not. It was like I do not fit in that box, and everything in my body is saying no more. And I'm not telling people to go quit their jobs. We always keep
Please
that part
don't.
straight.
There is a process, there is a
There
step
is.
that you need to take. You can reach
Yes.
out and we can help you with that. But
Yes.
that's not the conversation today, Lisa.
No, but you can. And if you're noticing even that, like if you're going to work and it's just like you keep hitting that wall, it's the same thing. I always raise my kids, it's the same thing spelled different,
Yeah,
and that's how we always explain it's a different situation with a different scenario, but it is the same thing. You do it in all areas of your life, not just your
correct.
personal.
So if you are experiencing this, Relationship changes, you see yourself, you resonate with this talk that Lisa and I sharing with you. We want to share with you that we co-created a beautiful series. We call it the Healing Series. It is about healing relationship. And it starts with healing yourself,
Yep.
meaning your relationship with yourself.
Mhm.
That one is the most important.
Ah,
Then
yes. People don't understand.
the next that you're going to be healing is relationship with others, right? So if you went through this or somebody hurt you, right? Because sometimes we need to heal with others because they broke your heart, they did something to you, right? So you feel hurt coming from that person, family member, coworker, name it. That's part of this series too. And last but not least, it's a healing romantic and also narcissistic
Yes.
relationship. Because if you are listening to these, I'm pretty sure you're an empath. So I'm pretty sure you have experience with a narcissistic relationship. Romantic or not romantic?
You, you've had one
You
or
have
two
one. Or two, yeah,
or
yeah.
or two. Yes, I try to keep mine at 3, but I have a cutoff. But no, it's the truth. You're gonna have these steps, and if you start with you and that relationship that you have with yourself, and you're in that awareness. That's where we come in.
So if you want to go deeper, check out the description, check out the comments. The link will be there. Or reach out. We are here to answer any questions.
Absolutely.
I hope this talk resonate and I my hope and intention it was for you to see that it is okay. You're aligning yourself to vibrating out to those that are out of alignment.
Yes. And your responsibility is you.
Until next talk.
Until next time. Thank you.